So in the last tutorial we looked at using the pad tool to make features out of sketches. In this tutorial we are going to be looking at creating holes and pockets inside our features. So without wasting much time, we'll just dive into the parts, mechanical design, parts design, and we'll select tutorial 3. Okay. Select our plane, XY plane, sketch, and we make a rectangle and we dimension the rectangle. Dimension the rectangle, we select the dimension, smart dimension tool, and we give this length of 150 and a width of 50, and we exit the workbench and we pad. Of course the warning comes up, okay, and we pad to a height of 50, and we're good. We have 50. Now, having done the extrude or the pad, having padded, it's time for us to make holes or pockets in our model. To enable us to do the pockets, we have to make sure that we draw sketches. The dimension of the pocket and the size of the pocket, it's dependent on the sketch we draw. So the pocket is going to be on the model, so we select the face where we want to put the pocket. So for the purpose of this example, I'll be selecting this face. I want to put a slot in this face, so I select this face and I hit sketch and I bring it up here, and then I select a slot. I select the slot, and here I have a slot, and I put my slot here. And I want my slots positioned here, right? This is my slot, and I give this a dimension, though not necessary, but it's a good principle in design and modeling that you dimension your drawing. We see that my slot is white. My sketch is white. It's white because it is not properly defined. It is not properly defined. It is not properly defined. To define my sketch, I must give it the proper dimensions and give it a distance from the origin. Distance from the origin, and dimensioning here to here. Select horizontal dimension with this 15, with this, and horizontal dimension, and then to give it a vertical dimension, here to here, vertical dimension 25, 25, and the moment it's fully dimensioned, we see that the sketch turns green. It means it's fully dimensioned. It is fully dimensioned. Now, when a sketch is over defined, it's fully defined. When a sketch is over defined, it turns purple. But when a sketch is green like this, it shows that it is fully defined. When it's fully defined, you cannot alter the size or the location of the sketch. So we have a fully defined slot. The width of the slot is 20, the length of the slot is 20, and the mid height is 5 millimeters. So we must be careful not to over define our dimensions. It turns purple when it's over defined. Now, having done this, it's time for we exit the sketch, and with the sketch exited, we can then use the pocket option. In SolidWorks, this is called extrude cut. So we determine from our decision how deep the cut should go. Determine how deep the cut should go. Sorry, I'll start this again so we can see it properly. So we have it at 50, you can update it to 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, however we want to do it. And we update our slot. Because we don't have a feature opposite, we will not be using the more option. We just have one feature. So we'll just give this a dimension, a depth of 60 millimeters, and we hit OK. And we see that we have a feature, a hole, a pocket created right in the middle of our model. Just like the pad option, the slot option also has a multi-pocket. The pocket option also has a multi-pocket. So we can create multiple pockets in our model. To create multiple pockets, we simply select one side of our model, we select sketch, and we sketch on this side. Whatever side we select, we create a circle like the last time. We create a keyhole profile. And we select a polygon profile. Okay, center rectangle. And here it goes. So to do this, we then exit the sketch and we select our multi-pocket option. Our sketches are selected and we are introduced right to the domain of our sketch. So we can then decide what domain and the depth of each domain. So for the first domain, we have the rectangle, the center rectangle, and we can select the depth of this center rectangle. You can say we want it to be 10. We select the next domain. We want it to be 15. And we have 15. Now, we did not put in the third one. So we come back to the multi-pocket option. Multi-pocket object definition, and then we define the third one. We select the last domain, and instead of giving it a depth, we give it a limit. The limit should be okay. I don't think I can give it a limit here, but I would have really wanted to give it a limit. Tag domain limit, no selection. Well, I would have liked to give it a limit. So I select the dimension of the third one. I want it to go through everything. More. Go through everything. Go through. Right. We have it pulling through. So we have it pulling through, and we select OK. So using the multi-pocket option, I've been able to give 3 different depths to 3 different sketches. So this is one fantastic way of modeling in CATIA, a variety of options. We can decide to chamfer off an edge, chamfer off edges in our pockets. Okay, I should probably leave the chamfer till the next episode. I wouldn't want us to stress us with the chamfer. I'll leave the chamfer for the next time. And that brings us to the end of using pockets. Pockets are also called extrude cuts in SolidWorks. I talk about SolidWorks because it is also a software owned by Dassault Systems, the company that owns CATIA. So I use SolidWorks a lot. So for those of you who are coming from a SolidWorks background, it's important to know these terminologies so we don't confuse them. See you in the next tutorial.